Hi everyone, it's great to see you. I am working with hydrangeas again, which just is a wonderful thing to be doing. I have two different varieties that I'm going to be planting in the garden behind me. So the first variety that I'm adding to this garden is put out by First Editions, and this type of mophead hydrangea, this macrophylla, is Eclipse. Now Eclipse came out last year, and I got one Eclipse. I kept it in a planter last year, and then it grew in a planter this year, and I've just added that already to the garden. Now I have another one here. Eclipse is known for these real dark leaves. They're this deep purple, almost black. They have such a rich, deep tone to them. In fact, it's known as the first mophead hydrangea to have what they would call purple leaves. Now the flowers for Eclipse, when they first come out, and these are quite past, when they first come out, they're a real deep cranberry. I would say a reddish pink to them if you have acidic soil. If you have alkaline soil, they're going to be, they say it's an amethyst color. I would say it's purple, but you're not going to get a blue color blossom with the Eclipse. I really like this. Now the ones that are faded, they fade lighter as they fade, and then eventually they get to sort of this greenish tinge with just the cranberry on the outside. You know, this is a blossom that I will not trim off. I think this still looks very attractive, even though, yes, it's old. It might have a little bit of brown, but it's still holding its shape. It still looks like a luscious flower. Then on the other side of me, I have another new type of macrophylla. This is a lace cap type of macrophylla that's part of the Monrovia Tuxedo line of hydrangeas. So the Tuxedo hydrangeas all have darker leaves. This one is called black tie, and it's called black tie because these leaves are the darkest of the Tuxedo hydrangeas that you can get. And the flowers are going to be, once again, these are pretty aged, but they actually age kind of darker than they do when like Eclipse ages to a lighter color. Very interesting. It has brighter sort of reddish pink when the blossom is younger. And just like with the Eclipse, you're going to have more of that deep reddish cranberry color if your soil is alkaline, and you're going to have more, sorry, I think I said that wrong. You're going to have more of a purple color if it's alkaline. You're going to have, no, I said it backwards again. You're going to have this color if it's alkaline, more of a reddish pink, and you're going to have purple if it's acidic, so it does not turn blue either. I feel like these two hydrangeas have a lot of elements in common. The dark leaves, the red to pink spectrum of flower color that they're going to have. And that's exactly what I was looking for the garden behind me. So let me show you what I'm thinking of. This is the new garden that I'm putting in. You can tell weeds are growing in. This is real life here. And the center focal point of this garden is this beautiful full moon Jordan maple. I love this tree, and it is a very bright chartreuse green. It pops. It is going to be gorgeous. So I'm thinking that back here behind it, how striking it will be to have this dark foliage to offset that real light color. So I have my one Eclipse here. Oh, you can tell that we had quite the rainstorm come in, and it is kind of a little droopy, but I also think this is one of the varieties that needs a few years to gain some strength for being upright. So I have one of the Eclipse. Let me grab my other hydrangeas and move them back here. So here is another Eclipse. Now both of these are going to get 3 to 5 feet for height and width. So I'm thinking I'll take those two, and then I'll take my Tuxedo black ties, and we'll sort of do a little pattern here. Look at that. So I have this wall of purple foliage. So if it gets to be, I'm 5'3", so these guys could be about my height, 3 feet wide. So we're looking pretty big. The Tuxedo black ties get 3 feet tall by 3 feet wide. So they're going to be a little smaller, but still pretty big. So I'm thinking this will be just this great looking deep dark foliage. Of course they do defoliate in the winter, so we'll just have some sticks, but so is my full moon Jordan maple there. And this will be my backdrop. So I'm going to dig these in and we'll see how they look. So all of those hydrangeas are dug in now, and you might have noticed that I sprinkled some garden lime in there. So this is the Espoma garden lime. Any garden lime is probably fine, but you do want the garden type that you add in. And this would be for people who, like me, have acidic soil naturally. So our hydrangeas tend to be blue or purple, and you want the pink or red tones. And I want these to stay that nice deep cranberry color, so I need to add some lime to it to make it more alkaline. This little area is looking better and better every time I add something to it, and I hope that you can see in your mind's eye and imagine what it will look like in the coming years. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next video.